My ex and I dated for a few months, but during the last month of us dating, she said that she was losing feelings for me. After that, I found out she supposedly snuck 4 boys and one of her female friends into her room. Mind you, she never told me about this until I confronted her about it. Initially, she didn't want to tell me because I was insecure, but then I asked if it'd be okay if I did the same thing to her. I'm not sure if they did anything, but she did one of the guy's eyebrows and talked to him until 4 in the morning.
That is suspicious.
All this happened when she told me she was losing feelings for me, but I only found out a week later. After everything, she said that it's not really cheating, but a few months later, I come to find out that she caught feelings for one of the guys that she snuck in. As a matter of fact, she would sneak them in on a regular basis. This all happened about 5 months ago. After I broke up with her, she did come back, begging to start things up again, but I couldn't even look at her text without trying not to throw up. This was my first relationship, and looking back on it, I was an absolute idiot. Till this day, she still tries to reach out to me. Now that the tables have turned, she doesn't like how I ignore her, which is exactly what she was doing to me whenever I would message her towards the end of our relationship.
Chances are, OP's girlfriend hooked up with that guy she caught feelings for. But for whatever reason, things didn't work out with him. Maybe he didn't want anything serious, or she changed her mind. In either case, OP did the right thing by ending this relationship. I would bet that it was when or around the time his partner met this new guy that she started to lose feelings for OP. Call it an educated guess. Let's see what's being said in the comments.
Rolly says, 2 girls and 4 guys between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. If you can't see what happened without actually being there, I'm not sure what to tell you. But she got laid. The dead giveaway was her telling you that she never told you because you're insecure. That's a diversion tactic cowards use to deflect from the current issue. I don't know if you're insecure, but it doesn't matter when she uses it against you while being questioned. Let's forget that she doesn't care if she knew you were insecure, and still went ahead and invited the guys to do eyebrows. Learn to read defensive words. It'll save you headaches and heartbreaks. The second they try to make you feel like you're the issue, you're definitely not the issue. Separate Life says, you did the right thing. Some young women get stuck, always looking for someone better. Without the shiny newness of a relationship, her feelings wavered. My dad used to call these girls honeymoon addicts and warned that they were the worst cheaters, not worth the time or effort. He would say that someone's past was a good sign of how they'd be in a relationship. We all make mistakes, but no one truly has nothing but crazy exes. And very few remain friends with an ex without some subconscious thoughts about getting back with them. Someone whose feelings are like mercury will always be looking to start a trial run with a potential partner. You should look into monkey branching. We all deserve a partner who can offer what we give. Loyalty and honesty are the sexiest traits a person can have. May you find your other half when you're ready to be open with them.
I hope OP can stay strong with the decision. It sounds like they were a very young couple, so hopefully they'll both learn from everything that went wrong with this relationship.
A few days ago, my girlfriend and one of her guy friends reconnected after he broke up with his partner. Last night, I opened Snapchat and logged into her account because I had a bad feeling about this guy. I found his account and came to realize that she's been sending him pictures and calling him names that she would call me, and she even said that she loves him.
Oh, that's painful.
It also came to light that her and the guy's little brother went 5 rounds in bed. When I confronted her about this, she said that she still loves me, but that I can't do some of the things he can in bed. After some time, we talked about it and agreed that our relationship should be a poly one. She'll keep this guy as a sex friend because I can't degrade her like he does. I care about her too much. I know that this isn't the best solution, but we're trying.
OP is setting himself up for some real pain here. It seems like OP's so desperate to stay with this woman that he'll agree to anything. Ultimately, This situation will most likely end with OP getting his heart broken, and it seems like his partner won't have much of an issue moving on from whatever they have. Let's see what they're talking about in the comments.
Tibosi says, "You leave, you don't do anything. Just be very strong when she tries to say sorry. Don't believe her. Leave." Only Here to Stare says, "Damn, when confronted she just said you were bad in bed. Damn. Let people know she's a cheater and you broke up with her. No need to get into details. Move on and go no contact. If you can, try to find out if anyone in your friend group knew. If they did, cut them off too."
While OP should follow the advice given here, I feel like he won't be leaving his partner anytime soon. I only hope that the damage isn't too much when it all comes crashing down.
I'm 28 and my wife's 26. We've been together for 8 years and married for 4. We have 2 kids and a house, so you could say that our lives are pretty stable. My wife said that she was going out with friends, but I noticed that her location was at a random park, which is roughly 20 minutes out of town.
You know what that means, right?
My mother lives with us, so I asked her to watch the kids so I could see what was up. When I got there, which was at around 12 a.m., I found my wife naked, swimming with some guy. When he sees me, he makes every effort to get out of there as fast as possible. On the drive home, my wife said they were just swimming and talking about life. Honestly, I don't know what to do. I'm so angry.
This is a tough break for OP. It'll always amaze me how people can flush away everything they've done with their partner. Chances are, this guy won't even want to stick around, so it's all for nothing, really. I keep seeing people in the comments recommending paternity tests, and to be honest, I think anyone who's being cheated on should get one, because you just never know. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the comments.
Sam says, "She was naked with some other dude and has the guts to say it's not cheating? What the hell?" Latin Mom says, "Tell her that she's got 1 week to pack her belongings and get the hell out. She can stay with all the other man that she slept with. Lock the account so she can't drain them. Women are petty, and they will do that. Since she had no problem leaving her children to go and mess around, she doesn't need the children with her, so demand that you keep the kids for their stability. Get her to pay child support. It's fair for men, so it should be for women. I also recommend that you get yourself and the kids into therapy because this will be hard for all 3 of you. Tell her to get tested, and you should as well. I'm sorry for the loss of your marriage."
8 years is a long time to give to someone, and to toss it away just like that is mind-boggling. I hope OP is able to move past this, hopefully with someone who'll treat him right and not go behind his back.
I'm 33, my husband's 35, and we have 3 kids who are aged 8, 7, and 8 months. I just found out that my husband's been cheating on me with his coworker. They work for a big company in different departments, but they've been working together for about 3 years. While they go into the office every day, I work from home. I found out my husband was cheating from their messages. It turns out they had sex in my house while I was on vacation with the kids, and at the time I was about 3 months pregnant.
Damn!
I came back from my trip and told my husband I was pregnant. I thought he'd be excited, but he just said that he didn't want this. I also found out they slept together when I was 8 months pregnant. I wanted to work it out with him, but I also don't want to break up with him and destroy our family. I know that I should get a divorce, but I also hope that we can work things out. My husband is still working with this woman, and I don't know what to do. Does he love me and want to be with me? Should I leave?
It sounds to me like OP's partner doesn't have the slightest interest in his wife or his family. While I believe in keeping the family together, there are limits. It doesn't make sense to put yourself through endless rounds of torture, and the children will pick up on this. The sooner OP can get out of this relationship, the sooner she can heal and hopefully find someone worth being with. Let's see if anyone down in the comments agrees with me.
Steph Panameno says, "Is that the kind of example you want to set for your children? That the person you make vows to can sleep around and they have to stay with them for the kids? I'm a stay for the kids kid, and let me tell you, It affected the way I viewed relationships for a long time. He made his choice with his coworker over his wife and his kids. Now be brave and get your things in order so you can show your kids how to be loved, valued, and respected because their father isn't showing their mother any of that. Professor Clegg says, I'm sorry that you joined the club that nobody wants to be in. Let me tell you how this usually plays out. Your cheating spouse will claim to be sorry and will put a half-hearted effort into reconciliation. You'll spend much of your time and energy playing detective, and maybe he'll stop for a while. Maybe not, but either way, he'll be back at it once the smoke clears. You'll be racking your brain endlessly, trying to figure out what you could have done to avoid all of this, until sometime down the road, you'll figure out that you should have left the moment you found out. You can't save the relationship, only he can. And from what it sounds like, he's already checked out. The sooner you leave, the sooner you can start to heal. I'm very sorry this has happened to you.
Wishing the best for OP and her family. Like the commenters have said, I'm sorry that you're having to go through this.
I go to football every Wednesday night, and my girlfriend used to come with me. However, she eventually started to say that she didn't want to go, and wanted to stay home and chill out instead. I didn't think anything of it. Around the same time that my girlfriend stopped coming with me, a friend I often played with stopped going too. It was strange timing, but still, I didn't really think much of it. Over the next few months, this continued, and I noticed that they were messaging each other a lot more. One day we were sat together, and I saw a message pop up on my girlfriend's phone. It was from him. The message said, "We definitely need to try that again." I asked my girlfriend about it, and she said that she didn't know what he was talking about. Naturally, I got very suspicious of the whole thing. This friend started coming around a lot more and was becoming super involved in our lives. One night, I noticed bruises on her legs and butt. My girlfriend could be quite rough in the bedroom, but I knew that these marks weren't from me. One night after leaving for football, I decided to hang around instead. 10 minutes after I left the house, my friend's car pulled up to the house. I waited a little while longer before re-entering to see what they were up to. I was very quiet, making sure they didn't hear me, and when I went upstairs, they were in bed together. They still didn't notice me and kept going at it. After 7 years of being together, I left her the next day.
This is perhaps the most tasteful way to exit a relationship that involves a cheater. Fighting with the guy or with your partner won't solve anything. Instead, it'll probably land you in trouble. Making a clean break from a cheater is the best way to handle things. It's just a shame that 7 years have been flushed down the toilet. If she was so into this new guy, she should have got it together and left the relationship so OP can find someone who's worth being with. Let's see what the crowd's saying in the comments.
Constant Peak says, "You did the right thing leaving her. Just stick to your decision when she starts begging, crying, and blaming you. You need to tell your friends before she flips the script, making everyone think that it's your fault because you're abusive or cheating." Latin Mom says, "First, I want to say sorry for your loss of time. The respectful thing to do was just leave. You don't owe her, him, or anyone else an explanation on the who, why, and when. If the house is in your name, go back so she can't say you abandoned the home and she gets to keep it. Give her a week to get all her crap out while you're there so she doesn't take anything of yours. If you have a joint bank account, freeze her out of it. I'm a woman, and I tell my guy friends that they need to treat them like a woman would treat you. Their goal is to destroy you, so I say do the same. Let her family and friends know if you wish, but that's your call. Once again, I am sorry for your pain and betrayal."
OP shouldn't look back or regret his decision as he made the right call. Let's just hope that he finds what he's looking for in the future. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Coffee and Popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.